Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Elle.K here for another video. I technically filmed this last night, but the lighting was so bad I decided to refilm it again today. As I'm sure you can see from the title, I'm going to be taking you guys through my June TBR. I'm actually really excited for this because I had a really good reading month in May, and my June TBR is relatively short because there's a lot of books that I want to buy this month and there's a lot of new releases that I'm really excited for. So I think I only have about 6 or 7 books on this TBR, but I'm still really excited for this month in general, just book-wise, because I think a lot of amazing things are going to be happening. And yeah, so before we jump into that, as I said about my lighting, my darling boyfriend knocked over my ring light and broke it. So we are using just natural light and my room light. So if the lighting is a little bit wonky, I am sorry about that. It's going to be like this for the foreseeable future. But yeah, it is what it is. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into my June TBR. Talk to me nice, talk to me honestly. As I said in my intro, my June TBR is a little bit smaller because there's a lot of new books coming out this month and there's just like a lot of books that I want to buy. I don't know why, but throughout May, I've just been like filling up my chapters cart and there's a lot of books that I want to buy right now. So yeah, my bank account's going to be very sad in June, but it's fine. So I'm going to start with a book that the book that I'm currently reading. So my current read is I'm Not Dying With You Tonight by Kimberly Jones. And I love this cover because no matter how you flip it, like you can read the title and the author. I don't know, I just think it's really cool. Can you even see it? Do I need to get out of the way so it'll focus? Yeah. It's a really cool cover. I'm about 100 pages into this book. We're following our two main characters, Lena and Campbell, who go to the same school but don't really run in the same crowd, so to speak. Until during a big football game where their school is facing their rival school and a huge fight breaks out and gets way out of hand and our two main characters are kind of thrust together in order to get to safety. I thought I would be enjoying it more than I am. I don't dislike it by any means. I'm about halfway through it or a little less than halfway through it, and I feel like it's a little bit more dramatic than it needs to be. Mind you, I've never been in a setting where it's like a school-wide fight, so I could just be, I don't know, I just feel very underwhelmed about it so far, but I'm hoping that as I keep going through it, maybe the ending will be, I don't know, something amazing. So yeah, I'm making my way through it. It's not my favorite read right now, but I am gonna finish it and see how I feel about it then. Oh my gosh, I totally forgot to say, because it's my first video for June, happy Pride Month, everybody. Wow, that went right over my head. It's Pride, so happy Pride Month, guys. My next book that I have on here actually fits with Pride pretty perfectly, and that is Cemetery Boys by Aiden Thomas. I'm so excited for this book, and I'm actually really happy that I haven't read it yet, and it ties into Pride really nicely. So we're following our main character, Yadril, who is having a really tough time. His family doesn't really accept his gender. I'm assuming that he is a female to male transgender, and his family's having a really tough time accepting that. So he's dealing with that, and then he's also trying to set his I don't know if it's recently deceased, but his deceased cousin's spirit free. But he accidentally releases the spirit of his school bad boy that had recently passed away. So he's got to kind of deal with that as well. So there's a little bit of family drama, a little bit of ghostly drama. It sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm very excited for this book. I love the concept of this, so I'm very excited to get to this one. The next book that I have on here also goes with Pride. Oh my gosh, I didn't even plan this, and it's just like falling so nicely into Pride Month. I love it. We love to see it. So this one is called Honey Girl by Morgan Rogers. I've been meaning to read this one for a while. It's an adult contemporary. We're following our main character. What's her name? Our main character, Grace, who's kind of like this very straight-laced, organized, always does what she's supposed to do type of character. And, you know, she's looking for a little bit of spontaneity, and she does what everybody does when they're looking for spontaneity, and she goes to, I believe it's Las Vegas for a night. Yeah, she goes to Las Vegas for a night, and ends up getting married to a girl that she meets during her wild night, and now she's got to live with that aftermath. And I'm curious to see how that relationship goes. I personally have never been put in a situation where I would, you know, marry someone the same night that I met them, but I've also never been to Vegas. Like, I feel like that's just a thing that happens in Vegas. If you've ever seen The Hangover, then you know that stuff happens. So I'm really, really excited to read this one. I thought it was going to be like this really light, fluffy, contemporary, kind of like fun. But you guys put me on game that it's actually really, really emotional. So I'm excited for that aspect of it too, because I really like hard-hitting contemporaries, and I'm kind of diving into the world of adult books. So obviously I'm going to start with adult contemporary. The next book that I have on my June TBR is actually a new release. This book literally just dropped, I think on June 2nd, and that is Off the Record by Cameron Garrett. First of all, let me say, am I the only one who didn't know that Cameron Garrett is like 19? Like, I'm pretty sure she wrote Full Disclosure and had it published while she was in high school. Excuse me? That is absolutely amazing. Like, big props to her. Obviously, writing a book at any age is outstanding, but like, Cameron Garrett, MVP girl, like, way to get it done. So this is her second book, Off the Record. I really enjoyed Full Disclosure, so I have high hopes for this book. We're following our main character who, I never remember the main character's names. Josie. So our main character, Josie, loves to write. Like, writing is her whole life. So when she wins the contest and is able to, I believe she's writing an article for a big celebrity magazine or journal or something along those lines, she's flown out to LA and gets like fully immersed in the celebrity culture, lifestyle type stuff. So she's dazzled by all the glitz and the glam, and then quickly realizes that there's a very, very dark side to the celebrity lifestyle. And she keeps on getting account after account after account from numerous women about a particular man who has done some unspeakable things, and she's left with deciding whether or not she should publish what she knows or, you know, keep it quiet. So I'm really excited for this one. It's giving me Grown vibes, but in a way that I feel like it's gonna do what Grown could have done. Not that Grown was a bad book. I actually really, really enjoyed Grown. I think I gave it 4 or 5 stars, probably 4 stars. But there's directions with Grown that I hope that Off the Record goes, because I think it would be a really amazing story. So definitely look forward for a review for this book, because I think it's going to be really good. Oh, my back. Okay, if you know, then you know. I sit on a stool when I'm filming, and it does nothing for my back. I really need to invest in a chair or go back to filming on the floor, because this is just, this is not it, girl. Okay. The next book that I have on my June TBR is All This Time, and it's written by Mickey Daughtry and Rachel Lippincott. This is the author duo, or I believe I think this is the same author duo who wrote 5 Feet Apart, which is now a movie with Cole's spouse. It's Cole, it's not Dylan, it's definitely Cole. Cole's spouse, who's the lead main character, male character, whatever. Anyways, they wrote that book, and I really, really enjoyed it. I think that they wrote tragedy really, really well. So this one is following our main character, Kyle, who on the night of his graduation is driving, I think either home or to a party with his girlfriend, and his girlfriend breaks up with him while they're driving, and they get into a car accident, and unfortunately his girlfriend dies. So, and I believe he gets hurt because he then meets our other main character, who is recovering from her own tragedy, and the two of them are kind of like kindred spirits, and they spark this relationship. But then of course something else is gonna happen in Kyle's life that threatens to blow up this relationship as well. So I'm excited for it. I don't think that I like the synopsis so much, but then I also remember I didn't really care for the synopsis of 5 Feet Apart, and I really enjoyed that book. Like, I was very pleasantly surprised with that book. So I'm hoping to have the same thing happen with this one. This just looks like it's going to be a series of unfortunate events, like one after the other. And I do like that kind of aspect in books when that can happen, because it's kind of like writing tragedy after tragedy after tragedy, with hopes of a happy ending. So I'm curious to see how they tackle this one. And like I said, I think that they do tragedy really, really well, because 5 Feet Apart was beautifully done. And then the last book that I have on my June TBR is actually a book that I've had on many TBRs for a while now, and that is A Song Below Water by Bethany C. Moreau. This cover is outstanding. It's actually why I picked up the book in the first place. It's also kind of like a magical realism. Our two main characters are best friends who live in a town where there's pretty much no black people, and they are also sirens. So they are needing to keep this secret, but I believe one of them gets found out or almost gets found out, and then, you know, turmoil strikes from there. So I think that that'll be really, really cool. I've been having really good luck with siren books this year. I don't know why. How many? I think I'm on my second siren. This will be my third siren book for the year, and I'm having really, really good luck with siren books. So I'm really excited for this one, and I hope that it holds up and keeps my siren streak going strong. Say siren streak 5 times fast. Let me know how that goes for you. All right, guys, so that is it for my June TBR. Like I said, it's really small, but that means you can look forward to a probably relatively large book haul coming this month. Even though I don't need to do a large book haul, it's gonna come. So yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know in the comments down below what you plan on reading for June, if you're reading anything special for Pride, or just what book you're looking forward to reading this month. And yeah, comment, like, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.